Hey everybody, welcome back to the Scubas channel. And we're going to do a little time travel. If you've been with us for the first one, we were at Star Wars Celebration in London. But we're going to go in the Wayback Machine. This is officially part one of our England invasion, if you will. And I think you're going to enjoy our travels.
We started off flying into Chicago O'Hare. Whew, what a flight that was. I have never experienced such turbulence.
Yeah, I think we were landing strictly on instruments. It was like a roller coaster ride coming into there. But
Yeah.
that was just the least of our worries there. We ran like mad people to the gate.
Thinking we were going to be late, maybe even miss it. Arrived to the gate, find out it's a couple hours late. Whew.
Yeah, we can relax, maybe
We
get
can
a little
relax.
brekkie.
Yeah. So we get us a little breakfast, get us some coffee. This is early in the morning, about 8:30.
Yep. And then all of a sudden, the flight time changes to 8.5 hour delay.
8.5 hours.
Which is, in fact, the actual flight time from O'Hare to Heathrow. So literally we're delayed what that flight time would be.
But we did find out all the intricate things you can do in O'Hare, like get your nails done.
You can drink away the day.
You can help land planes, as you'll see.
You can make friends with the bartender and drink for really cheap.
So we had a good time there. We're a little exhausted, got on to the plane finally, and flew our 8.5 hours over. And
You dozed. I watched like a couple Indiana Jones movies and just kind of zombified.
tried to make it through. So we landed in
Heathrow.
Heathrow. Find our way down to the little arrivals area.
Yeah, it's like 6 a.m. local time.
Not too bad.
And the awesome VTR Dave is our glorious taxi, our knight in shining armor who picks up two zombied Americans.
Zombied himself because it is quite early for them. But it was nice to see a familiar face and to get to meet for the first time.
Oh yeah, big hugs.
Big hugs. Then we ventured up to their house and
Which
got
was
to meet with Camilla.
awesome. Yes, Miss Camilla. And they welcomed us with cappuccinos and a little brekkie.
And then we all went to take a nap.
Oh yeah, because we're no spring chickens.
No.
And naps, I don't know why we fought it when we were younger, in like grade school or kindergarten, like why we fought
Right.
nap. We got to zonk out for several hours, all of us, because they were up way early, like 4 a.m.
It was a nice rainy day. So a good day
Yeah.
just to kind of chill, relax, get to talk. So after our naps, we kind of woke up and
Had some drinks.
had some drinks, and then we went on to preparing for a Sunday dinner on a Saturday, but it was a traditional Sunday dinner, a British Sunday dinner, which was amazing.
But not before I got to go upstairs into VTR Dave's awesome toy man cave and get the,
In-depth.
get stuff out tour and just blown away at all of his minty vintage goodness, as well as even Camilla's Police Academy collection that she has going. We brought her a little cool bit that we found in the States, and I got to play some video games, a little Galaga on Dave's emulator before dinner. All the while, so Dave's graciously letting me play video games. He's downstairs making Yorkshire pudding from
First
scratch.
time that we get to try Yorkshire pudding.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, so delicious.
So good. And I'm like, as a dumb American, I'm like, it has nothing to do with pudding, but everything to do with like a popover. It was just delightful because you could put your meat and potatoes and gravy and all in this light, fluffy vessel. Oh, so good.
It was very good. All the meats, we had chicken and pork and vegetables. It was just a very good, relaxing day. Then we kind of got to wind down at the end and said our early goodnights because we were all still tired, thinking we're going to have an early morning start tomorrow when we visit Windsor.
Yeah.
One of the places I really wanted to see.
Leslie was like, that's great if we're going to go to Star Wars Celebration, but it'd be nice to see Windsor.
Wanted to see Windsor and then some of the parts of London, which you'll see later. So it was a good, nice little touristy thing. So our next morning we woke up and we had our traditional Swedish breakfast.
That's right. Camilla pulled out all the stops and gave us just amazing treats and weird new things from Sweden. I tried a fish spread on my toast, which was quite delightful. It's tangy. You put a little cheese with it. I mean, it was very, very good. We were spoiled.
We were very spoiled. I didn't venture out with that, but I did do the meats and cheeses, and it was very delightful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we hop in the car and off to Windsor we go.
Found a really close parking spot. Got to see, just walking up, got to see a post box, which was a traditional. It was
we
cool.
were being the goofy
we were
American
the goofy
tourists.
Americans walking along, and you see Elizabeth Royal symbol or signage in the ground, and get to pass a McDonald's, and then we're walking up and we see Windsor Castle,
which is right across from McDonald's. Right across the street. Who knew?
Who knew?
Charles could go grab a Big Mac
whenever he
wants, and he was in.
He was in. The flag was up, and as we approached some of the main gates, you could tell because the presence of security was there.
There were many layers of security.
So once we were around the security, we kind of walked up the grounds on the outskirts of the castle.
Yep, and obviously this was before Charles was crowned king, so they were getting ready for the coronation. So there was lots of glitz and glamour. Just everybody was
cool.
starting to decorate already.
Yeah, you saw coronation flags of his coronation date, and
you could get all kinds of King Charles merch if you wanted to, right?
Right.
Yeah, fancy dancy.
You got to see Mr. Bean.
Yes, we did run into Mr. Bean. Dave and I got our picture with Mr. Bean. He was very gracious.
He was. Then we took off down a long walkway that ran alongside of the castle.
Mm-hmm.
Got to see some of the houses that were across, and went to
the world's smallest pub. Yeah, we got to meet Dave the dog.
Oh, Dave the dog. We had a couple of friends who were out walking their dogs, and they were getting a pint as well, and so they sat behind us, and then they kept talking about Dave. Don't do that.
Bad Dave.
Bad Dave. And we're like, how do they know Dave? Dave's being good. It was their dog.
Yep. So we had a couple pints and then off to see the long walk.
The long walk. And the entrance to one of the side entrances of Windsor. And
very fancy.
Very fancy. So you'll see some of that now.
And again, because you can never hit too many pubs, we went down towards the river in Windsor and had some more drinks at a pub. And we found out that Stu and Georgie were going to join us for dinner.
Yeah, so that was kind of cool. So we kind of waited there as they ventured their way in, and
we all met up, and we had
was it Indian?
That was Thai.
Thai. We had Thai food. Oh, it was
very
really good. And we all six got to sit and talk and just kind of get to know each other even more. Even though all these years we've talked, it was the first time for all of us to actually meet in person.
So good. Great conversation and hugs and toys were given, and just awesome to meet up with friends.
Yep. So we called it an early night so that we could all go in and tuck ourselves away because we had an early morning venture up to the Midlands of Leicester.
Leicester Vintage Toys!
Leicester Vintage Toys, and then on to Colville, which is where we got some wonderful surprises. So stay tuned for that episode.
Yep, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on the next one.